Given that from his answers, he seems to suggest that he came later on. It was already loaded. And initially in your testimony, you said Mashaba, the tall one, was identified as the one who was chasing police officers away.
Yes, because the reason why I put this question of him, of people chasing the police, he indicated first that he is with them. But although he arrived late because he was called by Warrant Officer Mohana, I wanted to know when Mashaba was chasing the police away from the scene, was he part of that? Then he could not respond to that.
Okay, so
he could not indicate as to whether when Mashaba was chasing them, he was part or no, or he arrived late. But the only thing that he says, he's involved on the same scene with them.
Just to understand.
When you say he could not explain, did he respond at all? If he did, what did he say?
He kept, when I said, why do you chase the police away? Identifiable. He could not even respond because I was pressed to ask this question by his response that I am part of the team that is doing investigation. Now must be a follow-up question to him. Then if you are part of this team, why do you chase the police away? Then he kept quiet.
And so he never said that he didn't chase the police away, he just didn't respond?
He never indicated to me that he chased them or not, but he kept quiet.
So your deduction was that he acted in concert with them because he identified himself as being part of the team?
Yes.
All right. We can then move to the third interview.
Okay. Further identify myself to the driver of the silver grey VW Golf GTI, who identified himself as Chief Gauteng Provincial Traffic Officer, about his involvement in this investigation. And his response was that it was his information. And on the question of why did they not request for the uniformed police officer to assist, and he said he did not think that way.
Now, when you were briefed, you indicated that you were already told about Mr. Mashaba's aggression towards other people who came to the scene. Did you ask him about that? Because here he makes it seem like his involvement was just that he got the information.
On further engagement, even though it's not noted here, I asked him, you are not a police officer. You don't even, do you know what drugs, look, have you undergone any drug course or anything that can suggest to say you can handle this scene? He said, that is why I'm calling these officers to come and assist. Then that also pushed me to say, then, okay, you are calling this one. To me, seated here, I'm seeing them as your friends. Then here, the marked police vehicles, they are coming here to assist upon getting that information or complaint. Why can't you accept them to the scene? Acquaint them with the scene, because that is their area of operation, not yours.
And what was his response to that?
He said he don't even think that way. As long as he got information, because he used to do the arrest, then he still have to.
And then we can move to your last interview.
Then the other interview, I interviewed the driver of the silver grey 7 Series BMW, to whom I identify myself as well, and he identified himself as Tumelongu. His explanation about his involvement was that he was there on his private capacity, And further that he once worked for Transnet before he ventured into business. And the person he knows on the scene was Chief Traffic Mashaba, since he used to give information on illegal cigarette. He further indicated that the information they are working on was his.
And so what did you make of your interview with Mr. Nku?
I also, everybody after having the assault, for you to be here, even if you are an informer, you just give information, then you get feedback from your handler to say, in fact, we have confiscated drugs, we have arrested, this is the case number. If it's a registered informer, it will be informed that claims will be done on your behalf. Then still, he maintained he's not a registered informer. Then there were a lot of questions that point that I highlighted to him to say, by placing yourself on this scene, you are endangering your own life. You are even not supposed to be here. He said, no, I was just monitoring.
Is there ever a reason in your entire experience for having an informer present, even if they are just sitting somewhere at the scene in a corner somewhere?
Unless only if maybe he's an undercover agent that is part of this operation. But you don't have to inform me and follow me. Then it's as good as saying, let's go and work. We are working together. You are no longer giving information. We are working together.
So the fact that he never, all the witnesses confirmed that he never got out of his car until I think when a member of the flying squad went to him to ask him something, that doesn't matter. He should have never been there.
He should never have been there. Again, if you look at that car, also, to me it looked suspicious because I also investigated the issue of the permit.
Oh, perhaps to give proper context to that, the car that Mr. Nku was driving, what was suspicious about it, you say?
If you look, because when I was checking the permit, when I was checking on that permit, there were a lot of some discrepancies that I found, but they were investigated later, not on the scene.
Okay, we'll deal with those discrepancies later in your investigations there. One thing I wanted to ask in relation to Mr. Nku, so he's not supposed to be there, he's an informer, but he doesn't participate in a sense that he just sits in the car. Is that then an offense that he could be arrested for? I guess I'm trying to understand what...
He is part of them. He is part of the three.
So
he
he
is working with them. He is admitting that he is their informer, he's with them, he's monitoring. Then there was no way for me to say, let me deal with this three and leave this one. Because I wanted to see, these people, this police are misbehaving, are defeating in the present. And to my belief, they wanted to accomplish what he wanted them to do.
So your suspicion was that he's basically have instructed them to do something and he's monitoring that that is done?
That is correct. He was monitoring.
Okay.
Just for clarification, in your interview with Chief Mashaba, what was your understanding in terms of he provided the information, that's what he tells you. He says, it's my information that led to this operation. And indeed, that's what Warrant Officer Mahane said to us, that he got a call from Mashaba. Is it your understanding that, therefore, this is Mashaba's operation? how does it work? Mashaba, who is not SAPS, he comes from a different agency, which is traffic, Gauteng, and then he calls a SAPS officer to report there is this consignment. In the way that things work between agencies especially, this operation then becomes what? Does it become a Mashaba operation with SAPS providing backup? Or is it a SAPS operation which is informed by information from Mashaba, and in this case, it becomes a SAPS operation because he reported to Mahane? Can you just explain that interagency or different agencies' relationship?
Normally, commissioners, it comes from other state agency, it goes to the police, then it becomes a police operation. It is as good as like you get it from anonymous callers and all those things. Then whoever, if the calls get to say it enters into this agency, like let's say it goes to my head office, my own head office. I'm based in Gauteng. Theirs is to say who is based on that area. Then they dispatch the information to whoever should be in that area. Then once I have done everything, I have to submit an information note to the people that gave me that information. If I open inquiry, I'll quickly open up inquiry, because every action must be based on documents to say, I got this information from head office. They said they got it from so and so. Isn't it that they still need to respond? Then I write my own information note about the operation. That this is what happened, this is what we found, this was the end product of your information, so that they can communicate with whoever submitted the information.
In this case, the information note that you're describing would have gone to Gauteng traffic, because that's the source of the information.
That is the source of information.
Okay, thank you.
Colonel, can traffic enforcement can they investigate based on your knowledge?
Big no.
Big no.
Big no.
Okay. Then we're going to go back to your main statement.
Criminal
want
matters,
to-
sorry, Commissioner,
you want to
criminal matters are
elaborate?
investigated by the police.
You spoke
And
at
then
the,
other-
sorry. You
and
spoke at
oth-
the you spoke at the same time. Please repeat that.
I was saying criminal matters are investigated by the police, unless, not the traffic officer, unless other investigative agencies have been mandated to do so. But not the traffic police. They've got their own responsibilities. No case will ever be referred to them, a criminal matter for investigation. That's a big no. Thank you, Commissioner.
So they cannot conduct a drug bust. Let's just be specific, because we are dealing here with a drug bust at Aeroton or at Roycop. You're saying under no circumstances can Mashaba lead a drug bust?
He cannot, Commissioner.
Colonel, we're going to go.
He remained the source of information. Thank you,
Colonel,
Commissioner.
I struggle sometimes when you pause for effect.
Sorry.
But I'll take my cue when you say thank you, and then I'll proceed.
Thank you.
If we can then go back to your statement, we were at paragraph 14. So you then say that the scene wasn't cordoned off and you started the processing of the scene. Can you take us through that?
Paragraph 14.
Yes.
I was also approached by Captain Optov.
Oh, my apologies. Paragraph 14 of your main statement, the one before the commission.
Okay.
So file 1. Because you'll see in the one that you were reading, after you deal with
Okay.
the interviews, you then
Which
deal with
says-
processing. So we are,
All this time, the scene,
Yes.
all this time, the scene was not cordoned. And with the assistance of Warrant Officer Pume and Warrant Officer Machebe, we cordoned the scene. And Colonel Stein arrived at about 12 o'clock. He asked if, spell check, that was supposed to be, if there will be any other assistance that I will be needing. And I said, local criminal record center will be needed together with officer who will be offloading the bags from the black Nissan bag so that the scene can be properly investigated.
Colonel, when you say that the scene wasn't cordoned off and with the assistance of the 2 warrant officers, you cordoned off the scene, which cordoning off did you do?
Can I get that?
Maybe if we go to the pictures again, maybe let's go to 103 of the sketch.
103.
Are you able to, oh, my apologies.
Yes, I'm still there.
Are you able to explain what cordoning off you did?
103.
Yes.
Page 103, that's where the sketch plan is.
Yes, I see this.
Yes, and just before
But
you...
I can see she's not on the same page. We are not.
No, I am.
Yes, but a difficulty I have is that I don't see what depicts the black buggy and the Boysen's marked police vehicle.
On the sketch plan.
On the sketch plan. Can you show me those?
You are correct. I'm not the, I did not draft this sketch plan, Commissioner.
I'm not suggesting that you did. I just wanted to know if you can, or rather you see the depiction of those on there. You don't. You also don't.
I don't.
There was a sketch prepared by the photographer where she explains where each car was, and there was an affidavit accompanying